Hi guys, Ameya here and welcome to Want to Learn Programming. This is the 19th video in the series Basics of C Programming. In this video, we will look at what are nested loop statements and what is an infinite loop. So let's start with nested loop statements. Nested loop statement allows you to use one loop inside another loop. So for example, we can use one while loop inside another while loop. Any combinations of the loop is possible. That is, you can run a while loop inside a while loop, a for loop inside a while loop, or a for loop inside a do while loop. Any combinations of any looping statements is possible. Let's look at the syntax of a nested loop statement. In this, we are taking an example of while loop inside a while loop. So while condition 1, then while condition 2, block of statements 1, and then block of statements 2 and bracket. So till this while second while condition runs as many of times as the first while loop condition is satisfied, and every while loop 1 condition while loop 2 condition executes completely. So let's look at the flow chart. By this flow chart, we can come to know that for every iteration of while loop 1, the complete while loop 2 all iterations run. So this is nested loop. Let's look at a sample program to check how nested loop runs. Let's try a sample program to print this sequence, that is star 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 in the second line and 3 stars in the third line. So let's make this user friendly. Now for first we use the header files, that is hash include stdio.h and hash include stdlib.h. Next we have the int main function along with the two flower braces. For this, we will declare three variables I, j, and k. We will initialize k as 1. Now, let's use the for loop statement to execute the program. First, we use a for loop which runs for 3 times. This for loop statement is for the number of rows that is present, that is first row, second row, and third row. So this for loop executes 3 times. Next, we will include an internal for loop for the amount of columns. So first, j is equal to 1, j is smaller than equal to k, and j plus plus. We will look at how this runs. Next, for every iteration of this, we printf a star state. Next, we after the execution of the inside for loop, we will increase the value of k and printf backslash n. So let's look at how this works. For example, I is equal to 1, it will enter this loop. Here j is equal to 1, j is smaller than equal to k, that is k equal to 1. So this printf will run only one time. After this, we will increment the value of k and we will go to the next line. In the second iteration, that is I equal to 2, again j equal to 1, j is smaller than equal to k. Here, this loop will run twice, so there will be 2 stars that will be printed onto the console. Next, it will move to k++, increasing the value of k again and go to the next line. Next iteration again, it will increment the value of I to 3 and execute the for loop again, where j is equal to 1, j is smaller than equal to k. Here k value is now 3. So this printf will execute thrice, that is 1, 2, 3, and it will increment the value of k and it will go to the next line. Next, when I is equal to 4, it will come out of the loop and return back to return 0. So this is the way nested loops are written. Now, I recommend that you execute this program in code blocks so that you can understand how it actually works. You can even try with different combinations which can print different combination or sequence of characters. Let's move on to infinite loop statement. An infinite loop statement, as the name suggests, is where the condition inside the looping uh, statement never becomes false. For example, a while loop statement never becomes false. So let's look at an example where we are trying to print hi for infinite number of times. We will be first writing the header files hash include stdio.h and hash include stdlib.h, and next we will run the int main. Inside the int main, we will write a while one statement. While one is written so that the condition is always equal to one, that is, condition is always true. And inside the while loop, we write the printf hi backslash n statement. What happens is this program runs for an infinite number of times. That is, until you close the console, this program will be continuously running and it will not come out of the while loop. So this is called as infinite loop statement. And as usual, we write return 0 at the end. But keep in mind that the program will never come to this return 0 because you have will be running the while loop for infinite number of times, and when you close the console, it will terminate the program abruptly. So, I recommend that you check out these practice questions and try to solve them using nested for loops or nested while loops. So these two programs are similar to the ones that we had shown at the start of the video. Also, you can write some of your own programs using infinite loop. So if you like this video, click on like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we will look at an important concept of C programming, that is arrays. Thank you.